We're at the MasterPiece Arms booth with Phil Cash. And Phil, you've had a tremendous year. A lot of the pros and the PRS are using your chassis.
It's been a good year, absolutely.
Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
Now, for the folks that follow you, such as I, actively checking what you have on YouTube and Facebook, I see some new interesting developments that folks may not be aware of. I was wondering if you could maybe talk a little about what we have here that is new for, came out in the last 6 to 12 months.
Absolutely. Well, so this is our competition chassis, and one of the things that we have done on this chassis here recently is what we can see right here is our weight tuning system. So what this system entails is a series of weights that can be added to the chassis, both in the forend, as you can see right here. You got this one weight here, the second one that's in front of the lug, and then on the back end you have a steel bag rider and then a steel monopod body. And what this thing does, it gives the shooter the ability to either weight tune their chassis to change the balance point based on what type of barrel contour or whether or not they may be running a can.
Okay.
Or also just to add overall weight to be able to better manage recoil. Like in long range positional type shooting, one of the big factors is being able to spot your impact,
That's
see
right.
where your bullet's going.
Yeah.
Based on the atmospheric conditions, wind, the BC, just other factors that are going to alter where the bullet is actually going, and being able to see where that bullet's going is helping with follow-up shots. And the heavier that you have your rifle set up, the better chance you are going to be able to see where your bullet's going.
Now, for roughly a 4-pound chassis, adding all the weights just for recoil mitigation, how much additional weight would you be adding?
Well, you could add about 4.5 pounds.
Okay.
So you can take a chassis that, like this competition chassis, without the weights, weighs right about 5 pounds.
Okay.
And by the time you add the weights, you're over 9. So you can take a rifle and be able to take it up, with an appropriate contour, maybe a 22, 23 pound rifle.
Gotcha.
And what it does, it typically takes you down a caliber category. So a 6.5 will shoot like a 6mm. A 308 will shoot like a 6.5. And so from being able to manage the recoil, spot impacts, we think it's a pretty neat piece of technology.
Now, what do we got going on here?
Well, this is a lug lock, and we developed this technology back this year when we started working with the West Texas Ordnance Switch Lug.
Okay.
And one of the things that we felt was important when you're doing a barrel change using that system is having the recoil lug stay in position. So when the individual shooter removes that barrel by loosening it up on the barrel clamp, that lug stays in position and does not come loose from the action body.
I see.
So we developed this system here where you've got a series of aluminum inserts and thicknesses and the diameter is based on the lug thickness that you're using.
Okay.
And what you do is you run in a flathead cap screw from the bottom of the forend into that barrel insert, and then you tighten it down, pulling that thing down against a tapered surface in the chassis, putting forward pressure on the face of the lug.
I see.
So it's kind of like an enhancement to our V-bedding system to lock the lug in place. All right, so not only does it work with the switch lug, but for keeping that lug and the action in place and never separating from the face of the slot in the chassis, we think kind of has a positive impact on the accuracy potential of the rifle.
Yeah, it all makes it one piece.
It locks it in, absolutely.
Now, I notice this is a little bit of a different level than what I've got on mine.
Exactly. So we came out with this here late last year. This is actually an Inkling Ometer.
Okay.
And what this thing does, it does a couple of things. One is, the contrast between this black ceramic ball that is part of this system and the white background gives the shooter the ability, when they're down on the rifle, to be able to see the position of the level of the rifle without having to glance down.
Okay.
They can see it out of their peripheral vision. So that contrast is really giving the shooter the ability to stay focused through the optic and still make sure that his rifle is not cannoned. And you actually, like on the bubble level, you rotate your chassis rifle opposite of where the bubble is. Well, this one you more steer it, like you're steering it. So if the bubble or the ball is on the right, you're actually tilting the rifle to the left to be able to get the rifle back on plane.
Gotcha.
So we feel it's a nice little system here to kind of enhance the overall usage of the product.
Very interesting. Now, is there anything else kind of new? I know in mine, again, I had to get rails or the rail.
Well, yeah. So the rat rail system is an Arcus Swiss rail that we added to the chassis here earlier this year, and it's kind of exploded onto the market. And you're seeing all these other systems that are adding this like an add-on to their stocker chassis.
Yeah.
Well, it's integrated into our design, but we have a whole series of accessories that can utilize this RAT system, which stands for Rapid Adjustment Technology.
Okay.
You know, probably the most used function of it is being able to attach your bipod to a RAT base and position the bipod at any location along the forend in a matter of seconds. So if you get into a stage or a shooting position where your bipod is in the wrong location, putting it in the correct location just takes a matter of seconds. And we feel it's a nice little advantage for the shooters.
Yeah.
So,
very nice.
But now on this weight tuning system, so like one of our other new products we have here that we're introducing here at SHOT Show is our hybrid chassis. And so like this is our hybrid chassis. And the reason why we call it a hybrid is because it serves a lot of different applications.
Okay.
The chassis itself weighs right at 3 pounds, but yet has the footprint of our full-size chassis. So if a shooter wants to use it for a hunting application, or let's say FTR class in an F-class competition, because of the light weight of the chassis, it serves that application. But yet, if they want to take it to a PRS event and they want to be able to mitigate recoil better, then they can add the weight tuning system.
I see.
So you can take this chassis that weighs 3 pounds and you can add the weights to it and you can get it up to where it weighs over 7 pounds. So it really gives the shooter the ability to have that single rifle configuration serve a lot of different applications. So, but it's been, I'll tell you, one of the things that for us has really helped out a lot is, we have so many shooters out there now using our products that it's like this big crew of a research and development team. Because, we like to listen to our shooters, have a lot of really good ideas, and we like to bring them to market. So a lot of the things that you see here, these enhancements you see on our products, are coming from our customers.
Very nice.
Which is really nice. So being responsive, I think, to our customer base has really helped us do so well this past year.
Excellent. Well, Phil, we appreciate you taking the time to visit with us and our audience, and wish you and MasterPiece Arms the best of luck.
Well, thank you very much. We appreciate it.